Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope that your day has been going well. It has been a beautiful day out there, an 11 on the whizometer. Now, of course, that's for Wednesday. The rest of the week, we do have some drops in the numbers there on the whizometer, but it's still looking pretty nice. And we're going to be giving you a complete update on the forecast here coming up in just a moment, all about what we're going to be having through the weekend and then through next week. Is it going to be a washout of a weekend? Do we even have rain chances? Well, we're going to answer all those questions for you, of course, right here, and be prepared for some nicer weather here as we make our way throughout this week with a little bit of rain chances here and there. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about what we have outside for our Wednesday. You know, we do have a little bit of cloud cover passing through. You saw that on satellite and radar just a moment ago. Moving through the time lapse here, you see the sunrise up over Atlanta. A beautiful start to the day. And it's nice to see a little bit of cloud cover here and there. That helps to restrict some of those hotter conditions that we've been having. Looking out across satellite and radar, though, you see that cloud cover that we had streamed through very quickly has now pretty much moved on. Looking out towards Noonan, quiet conditions there, lots of blue sky. Looking out towards Georgia's Rome, there is at least a little bit of a breeze. You see the flags there on the flagpole, some of them a little tangled up, but a beautiful day out there. Temperatures at around 2:30 this afternoon. We're at 77 degrees for Wednesday, lots of sunshine, and then we move into the afternoon, temperatures rising into the 80s. So a very warm day, lots of sunshine to go around. If you don't have the 11 Alive app yet, this is a good reminder to go ahead and get it. You know, we're live right now on Roku and Fire TV. If you don't have our streaming app, the 11 Alive Plus app on Roku or Fire TV, go ahead and download that. You can watch all of our newscasts. You can watch 11 Alive without even needing to be hooked up with cable or anything. So it's a great option to have. And then also the 11 Alive app, you can download it on your phone or mobile device. Can be great to have because when we have severe weather, we're of course doing these updates right here just like this, and it can allow you to stay updated on that information even if the power goes out at home. So don't forget to download from the App Store as well. And you can send in those weather wow moments to us too. So, a lot of warm conditions here. It means that we've had another spike in the pollen. Now, you see that the May pollen count's now showing that we have high amounts for today. 146 is the count, and you see that we have high levels of tree pollen again, medium levels of grass, low levels of weeds in the air, and then also molds coming in at an extremely high level. Hopefully we get some rain in here to help knock this out, but that's not happening today. Satellite and radar, again, showing some pretty dry conditions. The closest rain to us is just off the coast. There's a big area of low pressure, that big spin in the atmosphere. Nothing tropical with that. We're not talking about a tropical cyclone, but we are talking about an area of low pressure that could even bring us a little bit of shower activity here as we make our way throughout the end of the week and into the weekend as it kind of slowly pushes towards us. So as we make our way throughout tonight, this is Thursday morning now, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, a little bit of cloud cover there, and look at where that shower activity is coming from. It's moving towards us, some northeasterly winds there, and then also a brief shower here and there. We're not talking about a washout by any means, but on Thursday evening, we're going to start to have less than pretty much a 10% chance for rain. It's really going to be for areas closer on into South Carolina that have that rain chance. But that rain chance does start to move in more for us as we head into Friday. This is Friday at 6:30 a.m. Take a look at some of those spotty showers out there that could be popping up. Again, that could continue for the afternoon. I think the higher rain chance would be for areas well to our east, well into South Carolina. You see closer down to Charleston, they could be having some showers. But for us, we won't be having as high of rain chances. So nothing to really knock that pollen out of the air by a good amount. We will be dealing with a little bit of slight chances for rain even as we head into Saturday and Sunday, but that's not going to hinder our temperatures too much. Check out those temperatures. As we head throughout this next week, temperatures pretty much staying right there at average or just above average for this time of year with the exception of Friday where we have that 78 degrees for a high. And those are going to be some hot conditions. Some of the hottest conditions that we have had so far this year could be possible as we make our way into early next week. You notice that the temperatures this month have pretty much stayed above average with the exception for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of this past weekend and into the early part of the week. We did have that nice little cool down with those highs in the upper 60s and lower 70s. But again, we do have 80s on the board as we head into this next weekend, and that means that we could get the hottest weather of this next of the year so far by the time we hit Monday of next week. You saw that 88 on the board. 87 is currently the hottest that we have been so far this year in Atlanta, and that was on May 4th and May 5th. So that lets you know we've got some hot conditions ahead of us, and unfortunately not a lot of rain. So some of these hotter conditions that we've had have all occurred within the past couple of weeks, the hotter conditions that we've had this year, and that's because it's been so dry. May has only given us a little more than 1/2 of an inch of rain. Compare that to what April, March, February did. Look at how above average we were on rainfall. That allowed us to really stay a little bit more on the cooler side, not necessarily cool, but cooler. And you see that it also allowed that rain gauge to really fill up nicely, because this year now we've had little less than an inch of surplus of rain so far for this time of year. And it looks like we may get closer on to just where we should be if we don't get any significant rainfall over the next week. And it looks like we won't be. And we may even see this whole drought monitor creep a little bit more into our direction with abnormally dry conditions to moderate drought. But right now, none of North Georgia under even abnormally dry conditions. We're all doing fine. Not a ton of rain chances this next week. We talked about it. I said that we had the low chance for rain there Friday. This weekend, even lower, just 20% chances for rain. So if you have any outdoor plans, don't cancel them. Much of us will miss out on the rainfall. And even if you do encounter a shower this weekend, it will likely be brief and it won't amount to much. This is the amount of rain that we're going to see not this weekend, but over the next 7 days. This is all we're expecting. You see, parts of North Georgia will miss out on rain completely. Those that do get rain, we're talking less than 1/4 of an inch. So again, this is not going to accumulate for much. And you see that the only days that we're going to have those rain chances, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I even included Chesley's pick of the week. And that's today. This is for Wednesday. You see it's an 11 on the whizometer. Thursday showing up as a 10, but I'm sure Chesley's going to be picking that day tomorrow as well, just since we have those nicer conditions here up until we get to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But again, Friday and Saturday and Sunday aren't going to be that bad. And Sunday night, something big's going to happen. And hopefully we can keep the cloud cover out of the way, because when we head into Sunday night, we have a lunar eclipse that's going to be taking place. We're going to have a partial eclipse start at about 10:27 p.m. So this is going to be late at night. You may have to keep the kids up late so that they can see this. And the thing is, it will eventually be a full maximum lunar eclipse. And that's going to be at 12:11 a.m. So this isn't just going to be a partial eclipse for us. It's just the partial eclipse begins at 10:27 p.m. And then it's a full lunar eclipse there by the time we get to about 12:11 a.m. You'll see the moon just kind of have a reddish hue to it as well. So really cool. Get out there and check it out. Again, this is going to be Sunday night, the maximum eclipse at 12:11, and then a partial eclipse will end by the time we get to about 1:55 in the morning. Again, Sunday night, close on to midnight, we'll have that eclipse occur. There is a chance for some cloud cover out there, but hopefully we can see the moon kind of and the eclipse occurring, kind of peeking out behind some of that cloud cover. Again, right after that lunar eclipse, possibly the hottest day of the year so far if we hit 88 degrees. And you know, we haven't hit 90 yet this year in Atlanta. We've hit it in Athens a couple times, but we haven't hit it in Atlanta. And Tuesday may be the first day this year that we hit 90 degrees. So it's drier out there. We've been dealing with a drier pattern compared to what we should be dealing with this time of year. And it looks like that's going to continue. So the next 7 days, below average rainfall. And then from day 8 through day 14, getting us through the end of the month of May, we continue with that trend. We're going to have around average to possibly even below average rainfall, even as we head into the end of the month. And those who love the heat, temperatures maybe into the upper 80s to maybe even 90-degree mark, well, that's going to continue too. Above average temperatures likely for us here as we make our way throughout this next week and into the end of the month of May. So be ready for those hot conditions. Memorial Day, you know, the unofficial start of summer, going to feel like we're starting off with summer. So maybe you're going to be traveling here over the next 3 days. That's enough of what we've got for Atlanta for right now. Let's talk about the rest of the state. If you're traveling across Georgia here over the next 3 days, maybe Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, headed out of town this weekend to maybe visit family, well, if you're headed closer to Augusta, Macon, Savannah, maybe even over towards Athens, maybe a better chance for a few showers and storms. That's going to be on Friday, but Saturday, looks like everybody's going to be much drier. Still a slight chance for rain, just like what we have here in Atlanta, but we're going to have some drier conditions, and look at those temperatures. Whew, 80s this weekend. Great weather to go ahead and get that pool ready as we get started getting ready for Memorial Day. And then if you're planning a weekend getaway this weekend, maybe, here's a look at what we're dealing with as far as the rain is concerned, and what the temperatures will be like too. If you're headed up to Lake Lanier, not going to be the best lake weekend. Looks like we could be dealing with some off and on showers and storms there Friday, and Saturday and Sunday rather, but I don't think it's going to be a washout. That's the good news. You just want to make sure that you keep an eye on the radar, and again, you can do that with the 11 Alive app. Savannah looking dry, beautiful weather to be down there near the coast. 90 degrees. Charleston, South Carolina, also near the coast, 86 degrees, lots of sunshine, beautiful weather. Gatlinburg may be dealing with some off and on showers and storms. I don't think it's going to be a washout. And then if you're headed on down to the Emerald Coast of Florida, Destin looking stunning. 80s there for highs. A little bit of sunshine each day. Beautiful weather to spend some time at some of our neighboring areas that sometimes people like to travel to. But of course, if you're staying here in Atlanta, it's going to be beautiful as well. I also want to share the Georgia State Park forecast for Thursday. I know a lot of people love to go head out on hikes and enjoy some of the great outdoors that we have here in Georgia. Looking like great weather, 50s and 60s there when you're waking up in the morning. And then if you're going to be hiking in the morning, lots of sunshine. For the afternoon, though, on Thursday, a little bit more cloud cover in some spots other than Cloudland Canyon there when you get south and west, well south and west of Atlanta, closer onto that Alabama border. Cloudland Canyon is northwest, all the way up to the Alabama border and closer on towards Chattanooga. That's where we could have a little bit more sunshine, and that would be a beautiful place to be out in the sunshine. And I meant Providence Canyon down there southwest of Atlanta. That's closer onto the Alabama border to the south and west. Temperatures are going to be into the 80s, and you'll be able to get a little bit of shade there from some of that sunlight with some cloud cover in the afternoon as temperatures rise into the 80s. So all in all, looking like a pretty good week ahead of us. Not a ton of chances for rain. We could use a little bit more rainfall, but thank goodness we're not hurting too bad for it. Just a little bit of rain here and there, possible in that 7-day forecast with Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So don't forget that you can always get your forecast update whenever you're on the go with that 11 Alive app. Be sure to download our apps on if you have a Fire TV or if you have Roku. We have the 11 Alive Plus app, which is always having new information come out on it. You can watch all of our newscasts live. You can watch special stories. You can watch this update whenever we record it, and you can watch it live as well. So all sorts of ways that you can stay up to date and informed on the weather and news whenever you're on the go. And of course, watch 11 Alive on TV. You can watch us on online on the app, and then get all that information that you may need on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of our social media platforms. I hope you all have a wonderful week, wonderful weekend, and we'll continue to keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.